Don't know if we're rolling or not, YouTubers. Hi, YouTubers. Been a while. Been a while. Hey, since I last talked to you, I got a job. Did I tell you that? I was looking for a job. Anyway, I got a job. I'm going to be working at a hospital. And it's going to be the hospital that actually I'm going to have the GastricSleeve at. If I get to ever get to the place, I'm having GastricSleeve. I'm supposed to have it October the 8th, which is really soon. But I start this new job, so therefore I have to go tomorrow for orientation for this job, and hopefully they can tell me when's going to be a good time, since I just started a job, to take off some. And that's terrible to ask somebody, hey, can I take off? I just started. And so I will postpone it for October. But hopefully by the first of the year, they'll let me take off. And with it being at a hospital, and the hospital I'm having the surgery at, maybe it will be the aspect of that I can go back to work sooner, and if something happens, then I'm right there at the hospital. But I don't know. And they really, the way I was talking to the lady through the mail and stuff, it don't sound like they want to let you take off unless it's a family emergency or something like that. And it definitely ain't my vacation time because I've not been there long enough. Or I have a temporary disability situation, which I'm already been on disability, and I'm trying to get off of it and have a job and have some money, some real money, instead of the money that Social Security actually gives you, which would be more if I had to wait to Social Security age. But I did have some disabilities and still have to work through some disabilities as I'm going back to work. And I just hope I can stand on my feet for 8 hours or whatever. It'd be nice if I went there and there was a little stool I could sit on. But I know they're not going to make that kind of accommodations for me. Be nice. But I hadn't talked to you in a while, and letting you know that I'm still in the aspect of, don't use that word aspect too much. Anyway, I just had a bath. I feel clean, but then I'm seeing the gray again, and that's depressing. So I'm still fighting my age. I know. Birthday's next month. I'll be 55. And I want to say, oh, you don't look 55. But when I put my makeup on, I don't look 55. I said 65. I'm going to be 55. I'm going to be not 65 yet. 55 is enough. It's halfway. I'm going to be 60. Oh, my husband's 60. And he's kind of having some sick issues, and that worries me. I want to be healthy. I want to have this GastricSleeve. I want to be healthy and not have a bunch of issues and quit eating like a pig, and my clothes fit me. Ordered some clothes today, and I tried them on, and I had to fight to get them on. But if I get a bigger size, they fall off of me. So I get them a little tighter, and they stretch, and then they're comfortable. But it was just kind of hard fastening that button. And, you know, I was a size 10. And now I've made it back up to size 16. And I don't want to go all the way where I was before, like size 20 and 22s. And so I'm hoping, you know, that my BMI, you know, it's high enough that I can have something done, which I've gained some weight, so it may be a higher BMI now than I know. I know a lot of people that do the GastricSleeve, they have to do like a diet ahead of time, and they have to lose so many pounds. But I don't have to, for the fact that my BMI was not that high, and evidently I'm not going to have to do anything unless it be just a few days before it or something, because the way my appointment was set up, it was October the 4th for a briefing with the doctor, and then have the surgery on the 8th. So if it did, it would have been just a few days of maybe fasting or something before the surgery, but I don't know. And so now I got to call them and tell them, hey, I can't have the surgery. I think this is the second time I've had to tell them, and so it's kind of embarrassing. I can't remember the first time why I canceled. What was it? I know I've been having insurance issues, and I switched out of my regular Medicare and went to this Advantage Medicare. Okay, you can't have the doctors you want. You have to have a referral for everything, and then they try to take you out of your own county and have you drive 45 minutes. I don't think so. If I'm sick, I want to hurry and get to the doctor as quick as I can, and I don't want to drive all over the place. Just go see a doctor, especially when you got to see one on a regular basis. I worry about that too when I start work. How am I going to make my appointments and stuff when I really don't know when I'm going to work? I know that it's going to be, 5-6 days a week. It's full time. I know they start at 5:30 and a lot of times done by 3. Unless you work the dinner, then that's like 6 o'clock. So I'm doing customer service, but I'm a cashier in the hospital cafeteria, which my career has been in being a hairstylist. But I got this hand stuff going on and bone stuff, and I've not been able to. And last time I wouldn't even tried hair, my hands are just like shaking. It's like somebody on drugs, that's for sure. But I'm sitting here all by myself. Usually have some grandkids. There's no grandkids tonight. I'm gonna curl my hair for this job thing tomorrow. So my hair is really straight, but you can get a little bit of body going there. But did have a weight under there, which y'all seen. I don't know if I'm going to keep it like this or not. I think what I'll do is keep growing it out, but keep it angled. But I want some of this back. It's just way too short. But we'll see. It's hard telling what I'll do. I've had it brown with blue streaks and all kinds of different stuff. Being a hairstylist, you do all that. And most of the time, I don't let nobody see me without my makeup, but I've been doing all these videos with no makeup. It's usually because it's the only time I get to myself, and very seldom even that time, at nighttime, to be by myself. But I guess I'm never going to have that really time that I need by myself. Because I don't even need time to pray and read and study and research, and it doesn't always happen around here. I don't even get half of my housework or anything done. It seems like I'm just pulled in so many different directions. But I really need to spend time with God, because that's where my strength comes in. And I know that's where my discipline and my power and everything to lose weight, to be healthy, and everything's going to come from. So I've got to get pulled in. I've got to know that I weigh in for Jesus, and He can help me to lose the weight, and then I can say, look what He's done. And if He uses a GastricSleeve, that's great, because that's where I've been going. But hopefully I'll get some more information for y'all about the GastricSleeve. I've learned a whole lot about it, but I haven't got involved enough to be able to say, hey, this is what's going to happen to you. If y'all get this GastricSleeve, this is what's going to happen. But I bought some of the premier protein shakes. I bought some from Lady Boss. Let's see. There's a couple of them that were recommended to me, and I got them, so I'm ready. And then I got what's it called? Gastric Pal. They have on theirs a bunch of different ones. That's a app that you can do, and then you can talk to different people in different communities about their weight loss journey and how they did on their GastricSleeve or gastric bypass, and people that are going to have the surgery, people that already have the surgery. And I went from, I was going to have mine in August, I'm having it September, I'm having it October. So I'm just going to shoot for January. I'm hoping that will be my time by the end of January. We will see. But right now I need to really cut back on my eating. I'm gaining and looking these videos. I probably can look back when I first started being a YouTuber. I hope y'all can hear me because I'm trying to talk real quiet, so they can't all hear me. I don't want them to think I'm up in here talking to somebody. Well, I am talking to y'all. Y'all are somebody's, but I mean inside the house. I want them to come out looking like, who are you talking to, girl? But I'm talking to my friends on YouTube. That's what I'm talking. But anyway, I'll go to this job orientation type thing tomorrow. They'll do a drug test. Don't worry about that. I don't do any kind of drugs, I'm going to tell you that. I have enough medicines to go for that. But I'm wondering if any of those medicines could come out like some kind of drugs or something. So I'm going to research them after a while, every little pill that I take, and look at and make sure there's no kind of side effects like this, because I'm on a lot antidepressant type stuff, and who knows what that stuff will come out and say, oh, you got this, or it looks like you have this. I do not want to fail my drug test, because I do not take drugs. I have family members that take drugs, and it breaks my heart. I cannot stand ideal drug. I don't even want to be taking medicine myself where they can say, well, you still take drugs, you take antidepressants, so you take drugs. But it has a whole lot different than some of these people that are taking the drugs and don't even know they're going out and robbing banks or whatever they're doing, stealing stuff, and at least you know what you're doing. You make decisions whether you want to do it or not. And a lot of times they're on drugs, they don't know what they're doing until the next day, and it's like, what happened? I don't even know what happened. And it's scary, them drugs. It just worries me a whole lot with the youth of today getting involved in that. I did also, my hair's a mess. Did also switch churches. I haven't got to go to the new church yet. And I really am sad about it, because I really love the people who are going to church, because I've known them for over 20 years. They're like, the pastor's wife is my best friend. But evidently not real best friends, because she ain't talking to me now that I decided to switch. And I don't think that's how Christians should be acting either. But I love her, regardless. I love her. But I want her to talk to me. That hurts my feelings. But I have to move on. If she's going to be a part of it, awesome. And that's what I want. I want to be able to still help her. She does a women's breakfast here in Clarksville, and I want to be able to help her still with that, and been involved with that with her for years now, and different churches and different parts of the community get involved in it, and I still want to be a part of that, but if I can, I can't. But I'm going to a new church, and I really want to do some more research on the church that God's led me to, because I want to know if they have like those groups where you go meet at this house and have like Bible studies and stuff, or do they have Wednesday night Bible studies, or prayer meetings, or Sunday morning, Sunday night, do they have things during the week, do they got things for children? So I have my children, grandchildren with me, well, my grandchildren with me quite a bit, and it'd be great if my children would start following me and going there, which it is a lady pastor, and I'm a lady, and I do some pastoring, so hopefully that won't be a problem for my family, and that they'll want to get back in church and getting involved, and hopefully they'll see a difference in me, and I start being a lot better person. Oh, I can't believe that gray hair. I need to quit showing YouTubers my gray hair. I just do not like gray hair. I do not. And I'm going to have to fight it every step of the way, I guess. And hopefully that all these family members, so I get old, they'll make sure my gray's not showing. And when I die and land in that casket or whatever, just please paint them roots a little bit so they look cool and they'll look. I know I'm old and dying when I'm laying up in a casket, but I still want to look good. It was like, oh, that corpse, she was hot. She was still hot. What happened to her? But I want to live a long life. That's the reason I'm the gastric bypass. I don't want that gastric bypass. Too much stuff I heard bad about that. Which I hear bad about all three of them, but the band. Then you got the GastricSleeve, and then you got the bypass. The bypass is the most invasive or whatever, and they have a lot of medical problems because you're running your intestines here, and just tracking the other direction, and pieces out here and there. I don't know. Just don't sound like something I want to do. And having half your stomach out, or 80% of it out, is quite a bit. Anyway, there, you got a really shrinked up stomach. But I don't understand, by watching all the other YouTubers, how it is that they ended up gaining back the weight and stretching it back out. I don't want to do that. I want to go through a whole surgery, lose a bunch of weight, feeling all great about myself, besides the loose skin they say hangs. I'm going to try to exercise and not let that happen. Plus I'll be working, and I won't be able to do like I am now, sitting way too much or something. I need to go to bed. But I don't want to go to bed, and I normally never go to sleep anyway. But I'll probably have to learn to start going to bed, because if it's going to start at 5:30, I'm not a morning person. But it's kind of good because you get the day done and over with. But we'll see. Am I going to be at work to 6 o'clock or at work to 3? I do the work to 3 because my granddaughter gets off the bus at 4, and I want somebody to be there to pick her up, to be there for her, because there's some weird people trying to pick these kids up from school bus stops, and I just don't want her to be there by herself. I wish y'all could meet her. Maybe I'll get her on YouTube one day. But she's the skinniest little thing, and that's, oh, look like my little granddaughter. She's looking good. She got little strong arms, little strong legs. Yeah, I love her. She's just awesome. I have 5 grandbabies. I think even though I'm fixing to turn 55, that's too many grandbabies for me. And when I first had my first grandbaby, like, I think I was 38, something like that. I'm like, I am too young for them to call me granny or grandma or whatever. So my grandson started, he picked his own little name out and started calling me Nana. I don't know if he couldn't say granny, and that's what I was supposed to say, but anyway, I said, well, that sounds better. I don't feel as old with them saying that. I didn't realize how thin my eyebrows have gotten. They used to be just like bushes, and I waxed them, and now I guess they're about gone. I get distracted. With the ones that are subscribing to me and watch me, they're probably like, she is kind of nuts out there. But it makes me entertaining, doesn't it? So, subscribe to my channel, so you can hear me ramble on, and eventually I can tell you how the sleeve went. If it's painful, heck, don't do it, or, oh, I love it. And please don't let my hair come out. Look at it, it's already thin. It's too thin. Great, woo, woo. But it's already too thin, and I don't want to do all that. Get all icky. Start with my hair. That's the only thing I got, really. Just playing around and fixing my hair different ways. Daughter looked at a job today herself at a tanning place as a manager. Maybe I can go get some more tans. Which I have a gym membership, which also has the tanning in it. That's what I need to be doing. Taking some time doing that. I get so distracted anymore that I do a little studying, a little researching, and I'm getting bored of a lot of things. Because I've been looking for jobs so much, I just jump on the email all the time trying to see what's on there. And there for a long time, okay, this is gross, and I know y'all can see probably from my YouTube page there too, the things I like. And I was just watching pimple popping shows and pimple popping. I think they're pretty interesting. I grossed out my granddaughter one day, though. I was eating lasagna and put it in my mouth, and I remember Porky Pigs, or not Porky Pigs, one of them shows back in the 70s there. But anyway, he has a mouthful of something, and an egg, I think it was, and he ate it all up and squished it out and popped it out of his mouth, and he said, I'm a human zit or something. I don't know exactly. But I put the lasagna in my mouth and I squirted it out. And she said, I can't eat the lasagna now. That was gross. But anyway, I got really crazy on watching that. I have a lot of issues where I'm compulsive on so many things, on so many levels. So like when I will look for jobs, I like putting like 90-some applications in. Today I got called for another job, which was a government job. And I bypassed it because I got this job at the hospital. It's just a cashier. Whoopity-doo. You know, no big pay. Not what I wanted to get paid. But there's a lot of benefits there. And so as I get older and if I'm sickly, I have some good insurance. And because I've got so many different positions in the hospital, I can move up to different positions and make more money. And then my age, I hopefully won't be working about another 10, 15 years anyway. And hopefully that I can, you know. And then, you know, that just working period, I've not worked in so long, is going to be really different for me anyway. But I had no grandbabies tonight. It's kind of lonely. I do have one of the girls that spends the night quite a bit with me, and she'll catch the bus at my house and stuff. But her mom wanted her to come home tonight, so she went home with her mom. And my plans for my thing tomorrow, I thought it was at 1 o'clock, and I was going to go get my nails done because I popped a nail. Look at that. I popped a nail right when I going for the interview. They were so cute, too. But they won't get fixed before I go. I'll fix it afterwards, and so when I go to work the first day, I'll be looking for some cool nails anyway. I can't get it too long because I'm thinking I'm going to be punching them buttons, and if it is like I do my alarm for the house, it hits all, my nails is too long and it hits all the wrong numbers. So I'll probably have to get them pretty short. I don't want to because I like them longer. I don't like them real long. I used to wear them pretty long though, and I did hair. I did the perms, and you go to park. The perms, you have this little section, that little section, but then you'd come through here, and you'd have a piece, and you'd row, and then you'd come another one, and you have another piece, and you row. But anyway, the nails were so long that I used them. I can't do these here, but I'd use them to part the perm off with my nails because they were so long. I wonder if people was like, don't be scratching my head with your nails, but I don't think they even know. It felt like the comb because it was really long and done it really good. It wasn't sharp, wouldn't hurt anybody or anything. Kind of unsanitary if you really think about it. I wonder if I did their whole head that way or a few little pieces. What? Hopefully I didn't. You know, I can't remember stuff. It's been too long ago when I first started doing all that. But I did use rat tail combs and other combs and do my perms and just always do my nails. But I've always liked my nails since I went to beauty school. Learned all about that. And always like to mess with my hair. And so it's like a creative outlet. I don't have any other like, oh, I don't sit around and yarn with some yarn. We're doing some work. I don't do any kind of upholstery work or any kind of arts and crafts. I don't do. Not that I probably couldn't do some of them. I just have no big interest in them. I would try to motivate myself to get back in this book I'm reading. I went on a retreat. Oh my God, that was so fun and so life-changing. I could not tell you all the stuff that we did and how fun and how great it was. You see, one thing, I had an issue with driving. I used to drive all the time. I even took a job as a school bus driver there for a few months, and then I decided I didn't like it. But anyway, I got where I couldn't drive at all. I was having panic attacks, just have to drive, and I was crying if I was made to drive, just crying down the road. And then I would just, started just praying, God help me, don't let no cars around me get near me, help me to drive good. And in one episode, my grandson had to help me and take the wheel, and that was before he got his license. I think at that time he was like 14 or something like that. He's almost 17 now. But anyway, I have all kinds of issues with driving, and I just really prayed myself through it, and the Lord delivered me from it, and I started driving again. And a few weeks ago, I got a new car. I think it was a few weeks ago, not too long ago. Anyway, I got a new car, and so I took it on a little road trip. It was only like an hour and 40 minutes away, and it was on some back roads. See, because I don't drive, and I've never driven on the interstate or anything, so maybe that'll be my next big adventure. But I can't even believe I went over a bridge all by myself without panicking or driving into the water or whatever. But I did good. I achieved it. And then when I got there, it was like a big girls' camp thing. Like, it wasn't actually outside anywhere. It was in like a cabin type setting or whatever, and air conditioner, all that good stuff. But it wasn't real primitive. It was just kind of out in the back though, where there was nice trees and everything. But it just reminded me of going to camp when you're a kid, and it's almost like like girls spend a night and just talk and stay up all night, which they didn't do that because they're older. Yeah, I could have done it, but just because I like to be up at night and sleep all the next day. But it didn't end up like that. But we did have such a good time, talking to each other, just one-on-one. having Bible studies, having preaching, having praise and worship, flags and dancing. I don't know if y'all's church do all that, but mine used to never, but I never even used to be involved in anything like that. And I have no rhythm. I'm totally white, but they were like doing stuff too. What was it, different singers, but they're more a black artist with a little bit of, lot more beat than what I got, and I really wasn't staying beat at all. I can't even stay beat with white people or any nationality people. Oh, and get our church used to have the church I used to go to had every nationality, every different part of the country that you could think of. They were represented in our church. But the Puerto Ricans, oh my gosh, they could clap, sing, shout. They really had some rhythm, something I do not have. And but at this camp thing, I picked up a flag and praised the Lord with that flag, and it was just so much feeling of freedom. Almost felt like I could fly, and I didn't even know what I was doing with the flag. I, kind of watched the others, but more or less I just played with the flag, and it was so soft and freeing, and I really liked it. I don't think I get up in front of the church and feel so anointed that everybody could watch me while I'm doing the flags, but it's still a form of praising to the Lord. Whatever you do, you can do praise and worship to the Lord. Whether it is us dieting and say, hey, look what the Lord helped me through. Or if it's doing a project at your job and you accomplished it and done it very well. You know the Lord had a hand in on that. Oh, say you did terrible and you flopped. He's there to pick you back up and you go to the next thing, or you keep doing what you were doing until you accomplish it. That's what homeschool used to be about for me as far as teaching my kids, because they were in school, they get pushed to the next thing and pushed to the next thing so they can learn that, and that's good, but they just get bits and pieces of stuff and they don't really learn something. And so when I homeschool my kids, they had to keep doing it until they learn it. And I thought I was a pretty bad teacher because I have a lot of learning disabilities myself. I say I have a lot of learning disabilities, but for this job I had to pull my transcripts up for college the little bit of time that I went, and it was a 4.0. So I was trying to tell myself, you're dumb, and that 4.0, they kind of gave it to you. They just was a college trying to make some money. But it was a Christian college, so surely they wouldn't be dishonest with trying to get the money from everybody. I don't know. But I did good, and it made me feel good anyway. And then it makes me feel good to turn into a job and say, look, this is my grades. This is what my grades were. And I'm hoping I can be able to prove to myself and them that I can do this job really good. And, because my family makes fun of me a lot of times because I can't do basic math sometimes and can't figure out something. I'm making a mess on my hair, but I think it's a nervous thing, or because I'm sitting here looking at myself thinking, oh my God, why are you on this video this late at night looking a hot mess? And I should be going to sleep because haven't got used to getting up that early in a while. I mean, I do get up at 7, and that's going to be an hour or so early. Maybe an hour I'll get ready, because I don't have any kids or having to try to fix their meal, which I may end up having to fix their meal before I go, because I'm not going to come back for a while, because I'm going after I go to the job thing, which is supposed to be an hour and a half. I want to go get these nails fixed. But getting back to talking about GastricSleeve, I will let y'all know as soon as I find out when the new scheduling of that is. And I want to get back in my books on the GastricSleeve so I can learn more, so that I can present it to you so that you all will learn more. But I did buy me some little tiny silverware, plasticware, or whatever. And so this really small, so I can do my portion size. I've got some little mixing cups to shake and make my mixers with. I got some already made drinks and things. I do want to get some little half cups, measurement cups to eat out of so I don't overeat. And I did get me some of those little measuring cups that you use to take medicine with so that I can drink. They say you drink just that little bit when you after you have that GastricSleeve, so that over, try to fill it in that you can just, your stomach, because, you can only get so much, but you can use that to measure how many ounces of water you have in a day. I think it's 80, so 80 ounces, so I think that you have to get in a day, 60 to 80, something like that. But as I learn, I'm going to pass it on. That's what we're all on YouTube about. I'm hoping that it's not just to always be goofy or to get everybody to subscribe to you or, like me or whatever. I hope you like some of the videos I do. I may run my mouth a lot, but I think I have wisdom too. And I have things that I can pass on to you. As I learn myself, I'll pass it on. And hopefully you'll pass these videos on to someone else, and we'll all learn together. But I'm going to go to bed. Maybe. I may stay up a little longer. Who knows with me. But I'm going to sign off for now. I'll subscribe to my page, like my page, hit the little bell thing so that you know when I put a notification, when I put another video up, and hopefully I'll get better at putting the video up, but when I get more information, learn a little bit more, then I pass it on to you. And hopefully you haven't left me, you're still subscribing to me, and get others to subscribe with me too, so they can go on this journey with me, and when we get all slender and sexy. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.